Changing the time on an Apple Watch Series 4 is one of those things that's oddly simple, yet most people don't know how to do it. Why? Because Apple automates just about everything, so you rarely ever need to tweak the time manually. But maybe you're traveling or your auto-sync settings don't work right, and suddenly you're on your own. First off, the Apple Watch defaults to pulling your time automatically from your iPhone. That's the most seamless option, but let's be real. Sometimes you want manual control. Maybe you're adjusting for a specific time zone or just want your watch 5 minutes fast to help you stay punctual. Don't act like you've never done this. Step 1. Grab the Apple Watch itself, not your iPhone. Navigate to the Settings app on the watch by pressing the digital crown to pull up all the apps, much like you'd scroll through your apps on an iPhone. It's easy to overlook how much you can do directly on the watch. Once you're in Settings, scroll down until you find Clock. I know, super creative naming, right? Tap on Clock, and here's where it gets interesting. You're not changing the actual time Apple has synced. Instead, you're offsetting it by whatever amount of time you want. It's weirdly freeing. You'll see an option that says Start plus 0 Minster. Tap that, and a digital dial appears for you to scroll up or down, adjusting how many minutes you want to add. Maybe 5 minutes ahead for the chronically late, or even 10. You do you. Just remember you're not going backward with this setting, only forward. Once you've set the time offset, tap the Set button, and boom. Your watch now shows the new time, even if your synced iPhone hasn't adjusted. It doesn't interrupt any alerts or notifications, which still run based on the real time from your phone. Pro tip: use this as a psychological trick to fake your sense of urgency. Works wonders. But keep in mind, this offset only affects how you see the time on the watch face. Alarms and timers remain based on the original, non-modified time. So if you set a timer for 10 minutes, don't freak out when it feels like it's taking forever. It's still on regular time. Now, let's talk about what's not possible. You can't fully overwrite your watch's time to go backward or set random time zones manually. Apple's whole ecosystem runs on synchronized time, and they won't let you mess that up for fun or chaos. You can try, but you'll fail. If you prefer changing time zones because you're traveling or pretending you're in New York while lying in bed in Portland, you'll have to go to your iPhone and change the time zone settings there. It's like the watch and phone have trust issues. They need to stick together. Another hack? If you're bothered by daylight savings changes throwing your schedule into disarray, don't stress. Your watch adjusts instantly as long as it's paired to your phone. But again, manual offsets give you that old-school sense of control. Not that anyone under 30 knows what setting a manual clock feels like. And don't forget, this feature is buried enough that you're bound to forget where to find it. Bookmark this mentally, or better yet, write it down somewhere. It's my job as Scott from Portland to save you hours of frustration and Googling. If all else fails, a good old-fashioned reset can work wonders. Sometimes the simplest fixes, like restarting the watch and phone, can solve weird syncing issues in no time. It's the digital equivalent of turning it off and back on, which never goes out of style.